What's up, party people? We made it to season 5 of the Toronto Raptors, and it was the early 2000s, so you could expect that everyone had the buzz of Y2K. The iPod was taking off, and sure enough, so was reality television. Who remembers Survivor? Me, on the other hand, well, the folks were getting pretty acclimated with my Raptors knowledge, and they were calling me RaptorGirl. And if you're keeping count at home, which I hope that you are, a new season marked a new coach for the Toronto Raptors. This was their 4th coach in franchise history, Lenny Wilkens, and he ranks as the 3rd most winningest coach in NBA history. And how about those storylines that went under the radar for the Toronto Raptors? Antonio Davis got the nod and his first All-Star appearance, as he was a pivotal factor in the paint. The anchor, if you will. Toronto's defense was also stepping it up a notch. They held their opponents to 95.4 points per game. And at the trade deadline, the Toronto Raptors had acquired Keon Clark, aka the Tree. So Keon Clark averaged 2.4 blocks per game. And one of his most impactful games on the defensive end came March 23rd, 2001, when he had 8 rebounds and 6 block shots. Yes, he put on a block party. And of course, it was Jack Armstrong who coined the phrase, "Get that garbage out of here!" All thanks to Keon Clark. Home cooking never felt so good, as Toronto Raptors were 24-17 at home. They showed their presence was felt on home turf. The Toronto Raptors finished their regular season with the same record as last season, 47-35, and they were gearing up to play that same old foe, the New York Knicks, once again. This time around, they sure did have more of a veteran presence. They had acquired Chris Child as well, whose steady leadership allowed them to help persevere and get over the hump. Interesting fact, I owned one of 3 Toronto Raptors jerseys, and one of my favorites was Alvin Williams, who was a pivotal force in Game 5 behind Vince Carter. He scored 18 points, and him and Charles Oakley were pivotal when it came to the free throw line to seal the deal and the series. Vince Carter going up against Allen Iverson, 2 Hall of Famers. Vince Carter averaged 30 points per game in that series, and Allen Iverson, well, he had 33.7. Amongst other things, let's take into account the defense. Yes, Dikembe Mutombo was a rim protector, while Antonio Davis was a pivotal factor in the paint. His physical play was daunting. Okay, that controversial Game 7. Let's talk about it. Vince Carter went back to North Carolina to get his degree, and he told each and every player and asked them if it was okay. They said yes. He was back in time for game time with plenty to spare. And he did his normal routine. And, well, it came down to that final second shot, which rimmed out. We all knew where we were when that happened. I was at a birthday party and devastated. I couldn't even continue to enjoy myself after the outcome. But I don't fault him for going to his graduation. While this series was one of the most legendary in NBA history, it's going to go down in the books as an unforgettable way to end. Until next time, inside the Purple Room, let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about Vince Carter when he went back to get his diploma?